So, who was the greatest baseball DH ever? There are some interesting candidates. You hear people mention Nelson Cruz, Don Baylor, who's one of them. Believe it or not, Frank Thomas, the big hurt, who actually doubled up playing first base, but actually had more success as a DH. Edgar Martinez, who was one of the most incredible talents ever as a hitter. I mean, just incredible. But usually, when you mention when you say a DH, one person comes to mind, and I'm going to mention Paul Molitor as well, who was a great all-around player. But the name that most people associate with the modern-day DH is Hall of Famer from 2022, David Ortiz, because everybody knows about Big Papi and the Red Sox and how he reinvented his wheel from being a Minnesota Twins to Boston Red Sox. Now, I'm curious with the names mentioned. Also, there was some people mentioned Willie Horton, Harold Baines, who got into the Hall of Fame. Now, I had the question I asked for people who want to comment: Who's your top five DHs ever? And also on top of that, do you think more of them should be in the Hall of Fame? There was a long hated feud if you were a National League person that you couldn't stand DH because you thought it was like softball, that you thought, why do they get extra bats? How come the pitchers didn't get the hit? That was a long gripe from the National to the American League. So, but attitudes kind of changed over time. But it was something that definitely looked odd. There were guys who got to sustain a career by being a DH, thinking that the American League was easy. That was the standard. Ironically, remember when Albert Pujols came over to the American League and left St. Louis and came to the LA Angels, he didn't really fare that well. Shohei Ohtani was DHing as well when he wasn't pitching. He was a DH, ironically, playing two positions. That's a rarity to be a pitcher and a DH. So that's a novel unto itself. But that's just the point of it. But who do you have as your all-time greatest DH and why? And do you think more of them should be Hall of Fame bound? It's a written rule in baseball, so some people have come around, some haven't. But anyway, please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shitter if you like. I'm out. Peace.